The MSVR Focus Cup Championship is brought to you in association with WDE Recruitment. Welcome along to Snetterton and the MSVR Focus Cup Championship, which arrives here in Norfolk on the back of a triple header at Cadwell Park. Leading the championship is Leah Mcgill, closely followed by Scott Parkin. Simon Rudd in third from Richard Avis and Callum Easton. Mark Geraghty in sixth. Down in the paddock though, let's catch up with Simon Rudd.
Simon Rudd, the returning champion, and first time on pole for a little while. The season's been a little bit mixed. You've been right up the front, but you get to start right on top. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, it's about time, I think. We're round 4 now, so this is the first time I've been to Snetterton in these cars. So yesterday needed to get on it straight away, and it's paid off this morning.
Now the weather is looking a bit inclement. Does that worry you at all, this threat of rain, particularly later on?
Not really. I think in racing, the weather is the one thing you can't change. So if it rains, it rains. If it's dry, then great. But you know, with these cars, we don't need to change the tyres. So even if it rains halfway through, you know, it's just a case of then keeping it on the track rather than having to worry about pitting or anything like that.
So Leah Mcgill, championship leader. I mean, the results have been absolutely stunning up until today. You've had a bit of trouble. What's happened so far in qualifying?
Yeah, we're in a different car this weekend, so the car, out in practice yesterday, just can't seem to get to grips with this car. The other car we were in, we spent a long time getting that one set up for the season, and we really got in a sweet spot in the second meeting. This one is back to square one. The suspension feels a little bit different. We just can't get rid of the understeer, so we're on the back foot for sure. Our fingers are crossed for the rain, so we're hoping it's going to come very soon. But yeah, we just have to take it as it comes. Really, unfortunately for us, we just have to try and work our way up. We had a crash in qualifying. One of the other cars threw some oil down on the track, and yeah, had a big slide, went off, and then I got collected by another car, unfortunately. So fixing the car just now, and yeah, we just need to try and it's damage limitation really. I think this weekend that's what it's going to be.
Simon Walton, one of the organisers of the Focus Cup Championship, qualifying a fantastic fourth in the number 99 car. That's got a lot of juggling to get your racing honed in as well as running the entire series along with Rob.
Yeah, well, I've got to enjoy myself a little bit, don't I? I've got to get out and have a little bit of enjoyment. I went out there and I just happened to put a fast lap in. I think the red flag came out and went and did another fast lap. So I was just enjoying. I wasn't really aiming at getting high because I don't like taking points off the championship. You know, the championship with other drivers, but I was just out there enjoying myself and brought it home fourth. You know, comfortably. So yeah.
Callum Easton, birthday boy for today, has qualified a 7th position in the 26 car. What a season you've had. You've still got the novice cross on the back of the car. I mean, no one would believe it from how well you're doing. 5th in the championship leading into today.
Yeah, well, we're aiming to go forward every round. We put maximum effort into everything we do. Well, my family's known for racing anyway, so everything we do we're really competitive at, and motorsport seems to be our thing. Mum and Dad's actually met through karting, racing each other, so for me to come and follow in both of their footsteps, it just means, well, I'll never be as good as them, but, well, I'm pretty sure I'm better than my dad already, but my mum's she's a whippersnapper still, so it'll take a bit more to beat her.
Ian Mitchell qualified a fantastic second in today's event. You've missed a few races. Does this sort of series suit those that obviously with a busiest schedule such as yourself can't make every single round? Does this championship still work for you?
Yes, it does. I'm quite busy work-wise at the moment. There's a couple of other race championships I'm in as well, and this one, to turn up on a weekend and not have to do any work on the car is quite a nice aspect. And it fitting around holidays and everything else at the minute, it suits. Yeah, it's nice to dip in and dip out. You're just then mindful. I tried not to get in the way of some of the championship front runners, but fantastic qualifying session today. And yesterday was very, very hot in testing, but it mirrored some of the times we were seeing there as well.
Ian Mitchell P2 on the grid behind Simon Rudd. The second row, Leah Mcgill and Simon Walton. They're followed by Simon Waugh and John Baker. Callum Easton 7th from Mark Geraghty and Richard Avis. Sean Reynolds 10th, ahead of Simon Watts, then Claire Avis, Jeff Bluff and Abby Walton. Completing our grid, which is ready, lined up for our highlights package of race number 1 here at Snetterton. Out go the lights. Good start from pole position from Simon Rudd in the GRD Lifts and Engineering car. Down towards Rich's. Second position is Ian Mitchell. Third is Leah Mcgill, the championship leader. We've got the points from qualifying to take into account yet as well. On board with Simon Waugh. Simon Walton immediately ahead in 4th place. They run down to the hairpin for the first time. All very neat and tidy. John Baker approaching the outside on the hairpin, trying to make up positions. If you stick to the outside on the hairpin, it's the inside down towards Palmer. This is the onboard from Callum Easton. Simon Waugh is passed in the safety devices car. Easton tees up the inside run there at Palmer. Leaders down at Agostini. First lap sort out, still very much going on. What's still on the outside? Sean Reynolds goes through. He's up to 9th in the championship after qualifying. Callum Easton side by side with John Baker. Easton looking for the way through on the blue car. Baker demoted. Let's see if Geraghty can go through as well. Very neat follow through from Mark Geraghty. Onto the straight here. But out front to change for second position. It's still Simon Rudd leading, and the championship leader Leah Mcgill goes up into second, but Ian Mitchell will fight back. Ian's not been in the car since the first round of the year. 11th and 7th places for his 2 races there, but showing great podium pace thus far on his return to the Focus Cup Championship. Jonathan Baker still chasing Sean Reynolds. Good consistent stuff from Reynolds over the course of the season. Here is Claire Avis in the 71. Claire 8th in the championship. Has been caught a little bit by Sean Reynolds after that qualifying run, so we'll keep the eye on those points as this meeting develops. And a moment for Simon Walton has a gyration. That car ultimately the swanflight.com machine to go into retirement. That leaves the door open for Richard Avis to leave room for the number 10. Jonathan Baker going through on the inside and passing Richard Avis. Richard currently 4th in the championship. Callum Easton is 5th, as we mentioned in the standings earlier on. And talking of Callum, here he is up ahead of Mark Geraghty in the 67. These two having a great battle, the WDE Motorsport car versus the Mintex machine. 2 very good, strong brands. You've got to say the branding on the cars right the way down the field is of the very first order. Geraghty goes uphill. They'll go slightly downhill into the first corner. Riches, then the short straight down into the Wilson hairpin. Geraghty chasing Eason. Meanwhile at the front, side by side for Simon Rudd, the defending champion in the number 1 car. Leah Mcgill, the championship leader, all over the back of him at the moment. And the GRD Lifts and Engineering car under a lot of pressure. This is what we wanted to see. The 2 top drivers now in the championship. Scott Parkin not here, so Simon Rudd up into second place after qualifying in the championship, battling it out with the championship leader. Defending well at the moment. Mcgill looking to try and find a gap anywhere around the circuit to come through, and eventually pops his nose down the inside. Mcgill gets the lead. Simon Rudd doesn't want to cede it though. He's going to go on the outside here. He'll chop back, maybe try and get a cut back or a little bit more momentum further around the track, but it's Leah Mcgill that takes the lead with 4 minutes remaining. Rudd fighting back and all over the back of him. These two having a fine race. And here comes Rudd again. Finds the inside on the entrance to the main straight, manages to get the job done on the outside going into the Brundle-Nelson complex. Great move between the two. Mcgill not happy, runs a little bit wide there. That won't help his speed. Having said that though, he's still right on the rear end of the number 1 car, leading the race into Coram. with just a couple of laps to go. Further back, Richard Avis leading the pack. Strong 5th position at the moment for Richard. Simon Waugh racing hard as well in the number 22, hoping for a decent points finish here as well. Claire Avis there ahead of Simon Waugh. The clock has ticked down though, this the last few corners, and it's Simon Rudd, the race leader from Leah Mcgill. You can see he's virtually pushing him around Murray's corner onto the centre straight for the last time. What can the 34 car do? Is he going to break ranks? No, breaking away now is Simon Rudd, heading down towards the checkered flag, and Simon Rudd will take a second race win of the season, with second position going to Leah Mcgill, third to Ian Mitchell from Callum Easton in 4th place, 5th goes to Richard Avis from Jonathan Baker, Claire Avis in 7th, then Sean Reynolds from Simon Waugh and Simon Watts, Abby Walton in 11th from Jeff Bluff on his debut, Mark Geraghty and Simon Walton sadly non-finishers.
Car number 1 in position number 1. That's wow, that looked hard work for you, Simon.
Yeah, it was a really good race, really enjoyable race. I think that the qualifying results didn't really reflect the session because of the red flag, so even though it looked like a big gap, in reality it wasn't. So I knew it was going to be a tough race, and yeah, I felt like I was just defending for probably the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Second position, car number 62, Leah Mcgill, in a car you weren't too confident with at the beginning of the event, still on podium. Absolutely stunning stuff. I mean, the only thing that can seem to stop you is you.
It's a different car. So our car, we had an issue in qualifying, had a crash in qualifying, so they couldn't get the back axle fixed in time, so I got put in a different car. We were literally changing seats as everybody was out on the grid, so we were doing it all as quick as we can, and I just managed to make it out. So completely new car, but I felt okay, and happy with second, and happy to at least be challenging for the lead. That was good. It's good fun. Yeah.
In the third position spot, car number 81, Ian Mitchell. Well, what a race. We haven't seen you for a few rounds, and then you've got on the podium. What a great race.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. It's tough with the two at the front, a lot of pressure in the first couple of laps, and they're quick guys. It's tough to hang on to them. But the next race, hopefully, with both of them starting behind, let's see what we can do.
Callum Easton taking the AM trophy for race number 1. Oh, what a performance, and 4th overall. What a great race.
Yeah, it was absolutely mint. Car felt great all the way through. It's sadly that something happened to Geraghty. We had a bit of a battle. He got me and I tried to get him back, but I feel like I defended hard and he raced me fair, so I can't really say much more than that, really.
Wayne Easton, in charge of the WD recruitment name, who's sponsoring this event for the Focus Cup Championship. How did you get involved with the Focuses to start with?
Well, basically, Callum was looking to get involved into motor racing, and we were looking at options as what we could do. Obviously, we're involved in motor racing heavily ourselves over the years, involved with the trucks. He wants to go truck racing as well, but he's got no race experience. So we looked at a championship. Funny enough, it was young Mr. Pete Osborne that owns Motor Base Performance now. He basically picked it out of a magazine and told me that I had to put Callum in it, or he was going to pay for Callum and then invoice me. So we were kind of put up against the wall a little bit, but when we looked into it, do you know what? I thought, yeah, this is where we need to put him. You know, this is really where we need to put him. It looked a great championship and fantastic value for money, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something else that obviously cost of motorsport is always on the rise. This series, especially with the kind of friendly nature of it, has appealed to so many people. It's grown so drastically. It must feel really good to have obviously your son taking part and to be involved in the growth of the series.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's one of the best kept secrets of motor racing. If you look at what it costs to do this championship compared to what we were having to charge competitors to do the Clios, you can do a whole year in this for a quarter of the cost of what it would cost to go and do a Clio or a mini championship, for sure.
And will we see you behind the wheel in this series?
No. I'm destined for truck racing and truck racing only, to be fair. But no. I think we'll stay as we are. Just let Callum do stuff like this and just go and enjoy watching him race, to be fair.
Hello, John.
Hello there.
You had a pretty disastrous qualifying, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, you could say that. With the oil on the track, with the flags coming out, it was just one of those things. I was just a passenger. But, we kept sixth in race 1, so sitting on pole now, we'll see what we can do.
So you're looking forward to this one? You think you'll be able to keep young Mr. Easton particularly in behind you?
I will do my best. If I can get to turn 2 and stay out in front, we'll see what happens. But I'll do my best to keep him behind me.
Best of luck, John.
Thank you.
It's car number 10, John Baker, starting on the reverse grid pole. So the way that the reverse grids are sorted for race number 2 is the top 6 are reversed, and then the next group of 6 are reversed themselves. So 7 to 12 are then reversed. The cars are now being released, ready for race number 2.
John Baker, therefore, on pole position for Richard Avis, Callum Easton, Ian Mitchell, Leah Mcgill and Simon Rudd. The second group, 12th in the race, and therefore 7th on the grid, Jeff Bluff from Abby Walton, Simon Watts, Simon Waugh, Sean Reynolds and Claire Avis, with the non-finishers from race 1, Mark Geraghty and Simon Walton, off the back of the grid, which is being assembled now. They look in fine fettle, the immaculate blue 10 car of John Baker, with an opportunity to get a win or a podium here from the front of the grid. Lights are on, and we are away racing. Looks like a good start, slow start by Simon Watts, who gets Sean Reynolds across the front of him. We'll have to revisit that, but it's a great start by John Baker, who leads down into Riches. Here's what happened. We go in car with Simon Watts, so he was reversing to get into the correct position rather than be out of position. Then he's accelerating, and obviously when Sean Reynolds came up to him, Sean thought he was going slower, went across the front, and Simon Watts was still accelerating. Obviously didn't realise in the first instance that Sean was going to go across, and Sean gets turned into the wall. Very, very unfortunate indeed. So this is the view from Richard Avis. We've got Leah Mcgill immediately in front of him. John Baker, the race leader. Ian Mitchell, though, is going to challenge as they head out of Palmer. Downhill, very slightly to the right, and then the left-hand hairpin. Here's the view from John Baker. And Mitchell, again, up into a... not only up into a podium, but he's 4th on the grid for Ian Mitchell, has got up into the lead on lap 1. Sterling stuff. This guy is not rusty. As we talk about people being race rusty, being away from series for a while, and it looks like the rest has done him good, actually, because he's on for another podium here. I think that's Sean Reynolds we saw going through shot, who is struggling on. Here is Callum Easton. Best ever result for Callum in race number 1. So 4th place, a driver getting more and more experience, and he's going to be in 4th again, because going through is Leah Mcgill, the championship leader. Mcgill actually outscoring the race winner, Simon Rudd, in the first race of the day. You get 30 points for a win, 26 for second, but the 5 points added for fastest lap means that Leah Mcgill actually pulled another point away in the championship lead from Simon Rudd. You have to be quick in qualifying, you have to be quick on your fastest laps as well in this championship. Callum now passed by Simon Rudd, who is busy chasing Liam McGill and the others. Simon Watts in orange has got away, which is the good news, and he's going to try and pass Abby Walton here. Abby keeps a nice wide line. Watts' car, it shows how robust these cars are, is looks like it's unscathed at the moment, which is good news. McGill busy chasing the second place car now of John Baker. So John Baker actually now 6 in the championship after the points have been added up from race number 1. Keeps a tight line there along the pit wall, so buzz the pit wall and then try and come out and get something of a wide line into Riches, which might leave the door open. Still playing it fairly defensive at the moment. Simon Rudd closing in on Liam McGill. Here's the view from Simon. The GRD Lifts and Engineering car looks to the outside as they come up into the hairpin here, the Wilson hairpin, and Rudd working hard here if he can hold on. Oh, a little bit of a classic from McGill, who doesn't want him to get that outside line going into Palmer. Rudd goes back across the track. Callum Easton is there as well, and Callum survives that, but now Rudd has a look down the inside of the championship leader, and Callum Easton goes round the outside of the defending champion and the championship leader. Wonderful stuff for the WD Motorsport car. Superb racing again from the MSVR Focus Cup Championship, and Easton has got the outside but under braking. McGill's going to go on the inside, and I think Simon Rudd might follow through as well. Rudd keeping it tight now, and we'll try and of course the next corner once they exit Agostini is the left-hander at Hamilton. Rudd playing it clean and fair, and Easton had a good run out of the hairpin and remains in front of the number 1 car. Drifts a little bit wide there. The next corner is going to be a right-hander, which is Oggies, and Simon Rudd will try and chip back on the inside to grab the line at Williams corner, which leads them onto the long straight, the old Revit straight as it was known, now the Bentley straight here. Prefer the Revit straight name to be perfectly honest, but hey ho, we don't call into these things. I do love the traditional names. Of course Bentley is traditional, but Revit was the old straight name, and the one we love as we go on board with Richard Avis. busy chasing Simon Rudd down behind Callum Easton. Nearly said Wayne Easton then. Wayne was the man we spoke to pre-race, and looking forward to seeing Wayne out in trucks again if he can do it. And you heard about how Callum got involved in the championship with the recommendation of Pete Osborne. We saw Jamie Osborne grabbing a hat-trick in the championship last year, and Richard Avis working hard, still fourth in the championship with 206 points on my maths at the moment. We'll get official confirmation at the end of the day of where things are. It's McGill from Rudd in the championship, Scott Parkin down to third now, Richard Avis fourth, that will be closing in on Scott Parkin. Might not be able to overtake him by the end of the day, but we'll see. It depends how they score. Up the hill again along centre straight down towards Riches once again in this second of three races. Triple header for you once again here in the Focus Cup, and it's John Baker still in second, Ian Mitchell the race leader. Here comes Simon Rudd though, having a look. Callum Easton taking a nice wide line. Callum does not feel threatened at the moment. He's not overly defensive, not defensive at all in actual fact. McGill challenging Baker for second place here. So they go down into Palmer the left-hander. I do love the twists and turns of the 300 circuit here at Snetterton. It vastly improved. That's exactly what Jonathan Palmer and the MSV team were doing when they redesigned the track, and it gives us so many options now. You've got the 200 circuit, you've got a training circuit you can use inside now. And talking of inside, going inside into Agostini and up into second place is Leah Mcgill. John Baker relegated to third place. Leah Mcgill picks off another place. That will earn him an extra 3 championship points if he stays in second position. He was in a 23 points position, moving up to 26 now into second, and he's going to try and hunt down Ian Mitchell, who's still out front. Ian, a very respected and noted driver in Focus Cup over the years. There is Ian in the 81 car. Great to have him back. Love to see more of him in the AST car as the season progresses, and hopefully we'll see him Alton Park next time out. Then Croft, Brands Hatch for the championship finale. And here's John Baker, third place at the moment, and trying to close down. He's going to look at the inside as they go into Brundle. Brundle's the left-hander, Nelson the right. He's not that far behind, but wasn't quite close enough to make a move on McGill, who's got his wipers on. McGill does what he did in race number 1 and goes wide, so I think he's getting a little bit slippery out there. Not the easiest of conditions, but nevertheless all the same for all the drivers. So it is McGill still busy chasing Ian Mitchell at the moment. Long centre straight. And they would go off, tick off another lap here with John Baker in third place. Up and over the brow they go, down towards Richie's corner again. Things looking relatively settled at the moment. Let's not speak too soon. There's Richard Avis going through. Rest of the field all following. Claire Avis in the 71. Had a lot of work to do in this race. Claire finished 7th in race number 1. Decent result, but then of course you get punished. You have to start, if you start in 7th in that second group of 6, as you heard our pit lane reporter explaining, you start in the reverse section of the grid. So from 7th place finish, she started 12th on the grid here. And Claire is making progress through the order at a good rate. So this again could become an issue for race 3 when we see the same idea applied. I'll tell you what, these cars are actually all beginning to close up a little bit now. Simon Rudd is getting close to John Baker. I don't think Baker has been left by the second place car either. Into Hamilton. Short run down to Oggie's corner. There is the race leader, 81 Ian Mitchell, being followed by Leah Mcgill, and Mcgill tracking him and wanting to add another win to his cannon for this year. Different number, of course, for Leah Mcgill. He's had 4 race wins this year. Has had fastest lap in every single race that he's done this year. Into Brundle. Brundle left-hander, Nelson the right-hander. That continues round into Bomhole. Is McGill going to have a look at the inside now? He's trying his absolute hardest. We've got a good battle on for third place now with Simon Rudd busy challenging the 2 boys in blue right behind. Let's see whether McGill can grab the lead. Runs wide here as they go out towards Coram. Is he going to try the outside run? We flip back. This is for third place. Simon Rudd still there. Baker still immediately in front of us. This the penultimate lap of the race. Mitchell still in the lead. McGill in second. out of Murray's, the final quarter of the penultimate lap, and again this is what Mcgill did to Rudd on the final lap of the last race. Gets very close indeed on the apex of the corner. And is he going to have a run? We've got a black and white flag. That's for Leah Mcgill. Is at track limits. Across the line they go. And on to the last lap here at Snetterton. So just under 3 miles to go, and Simon Rudd in 4th place, looks for 3rd. Coming into Riches on the brakes. There was a good line left by Jonathan Baker. John, I think, knew that he couldn't match the speed of the reigning champion. So Simon Rudd up into 3rd. He'll be happy with a second podium here. He could get further up because Mcgill takes the lead. Leah Mcgill takes the lead, but Ian Mitchell is having none of it. Fights back on the inside. A little bit of an overrun from Mcgill. Rudd's going to go to the outside of the championship leader. They're side by side as they go into the left-hander at Palmer. Rudd's up into 2nd. 2 places in 3 corners for Simon Rudd, who is on a mission this weekend. His first pole position of the year, a win in race number 1. At the moment, he has the fastest lap in this one as well. So Rudd ahead of Mcgill, who fights back. Mcgill on the inside in yellow. Rudd in the GRD lifts and engineering car is there as well, but Rudd now not content with 2nd, is going for the lead. He's seen off Mcgill, I think, for the moment, or has he, for 2nd position? No, he's got the lead now, Rudd. Mcgill follows through into 2nd, bang, into the back of Simon Rudd. Mitchell down to 3rd. An inadvertent punt from Mcgill. Rudd runs a little bit wide, maybe with too much momentum caused by, and they're 3 wide here. Maybe it was the knock that caused him to run on further, but he's gathered it all through, kept the momentum on the wide line on the corner. Mcgill runs a little bit wide, bumpy moment, loses a bit of momentum. So it's Rudd from 4th place at the beginning of this lap, now we've got a challenge on for 3rd place. So it's Mcgill 2nd, Rudd in blue, Mcgill in yellow in 2nd position. Mitchell wants to get back on the podium, side by side with John Baker in the blue 10. Through they go, heading up towards Coram. Callum Easton is in 5th position. Another great result for Callum in prospect here as they go into Coram for the last time. What a last lap this has been, and Simon Rudd looking to make it a double here over Leah Mcgill. Mcgill in 2nd, and this is from the reverse grid, the partially reverse grid, which the fans here... And contact on the last corner! Mitchell bumped over the curbs and couldn't stop himself going into the number 10 car. They recover and they head up centre straight as Rudd takes the win. Mcgill 2nd. Now they both slowed down and Callum Easton is coming up for his first podium. Easton gets a maiden podium. Baker's up against the wall. Mitchell's come home in 4th place. Richard and Claire Avis go through, followed by Simon Waugh. John Baker's got the number 10 car fired up. He just takes 8th position ahead of Simon Watts. Well, what a dramatic final lap. And it's Simon Rudd that takes the win. Waves to the marshals and race fans here at Snetterton. Coming now down into Parc Fermé. Simon Rudd, our winner from Liam Mcgill. Liam also picking up a 5-second penalty for track limits, but he was 2nd on the road anyway and retains that. It was Callum Easton, a maiden podium in 3rd, Ian Mitchell 4th, Richard Avis in 5th position from Claire Avis, then Simon Waugh and John Baker. Simon Watts 9th from Jeff Bluff in 10th place, and 11th Abby Walton. 2 non-finishers, as you saw on our caption, Simon Walton and Sean Reynolds. Sean, of course, involved in that skirmish on the start line at the start of the race. So there was a couple of wall visitors in that race, and a fair bit of work to do. We're back in the paddock, as you can see. Ian Mitchell in 4th place, just reversing back into his paddock slot. There's an awful lot to take stock of here, and this is obviously what happens. The cars come back into the Focus Cup Championship paddock. A very neat setup that we've got in the paddock here, and because all the cars are prepared by the team here, it's all under awning. It's actually got a European flavour to it. A lot of European championships had this kind of setup in other formulae in years gone by, but very much a UK championship. And lots of smiles in the paddock. I think there might be a few debates about various bits of contact and close racing. There's Claire Avis, who had a Super 6 position there, and I think gets pole for race 3 as a result of that. Now, as well as the smiles and the debates, there's obviously a lot of TLC to be issued to the cars. The ones that were okay will be checked over and make sure they're okay. There's Joanne Eason, that's mum, talking to Callum, and I think about to go on social media and post Callum's first podium, and our winner Simon Rudd, who is there as well. And as I was about to say, a little bit of repair work to do on some of the cars, as well as a check on the some of the other cars as well. Simon Rudd got fastest lap. He did keep that, so it's maximum points for Rudd in race 2, 35 points. Leah Mcgill picks up 26, so the championship gap has come down, but Leah Mcgill still at the moment with a decent championship lead, as Simon Rudd explains 1 point of the race. And we'll take an opportunity to catch up with our race winner right now down there in Parc Fermé.
So top spot again, so this is really proven to be your weekend, but again you had a bit of contact and a lot of defending to do, but again fastest lap in your name this time around. Snetterton's really doing well for you.
Yeah, I think like I said before, I like Snetterton. I needed the fastest lap because if you get fastest lap it's 5 points, so you can finish second and get more points than a win. Initially I was getting around the first lap. I just wanted to see how many I could pick off, but it got a little bit rough as the race went on. I got a lot of hits up the back, nothing on the front, thankfully. But yeah, I was really enjoyed it again, so that's good.
So Leah Mcgill, yet again more battling going on. You had more cars to work through this time, and even a bit of up close and personal with Scott Rudd at one point, but even still a great performance.
Yeah, it was good. We got away at the start a little bit, and then I seen Simon in my mirrors, and he was coming for me very fast. So he drove a brilliant race, and deserves a win for that, definitely. Yeah.
So Callum Easton, pilot of the 26, takes the AM Trophy in race 1. He's third in race 2. My goodness me, just the results are getting stronger and stronger each time you're out there. Yeah,
the longer we spend in the car, the stronger we're going to get. Through last year, I was too scared to get involved, but at Brands last year, it took a near miss from Paddock Hill Bend, and then the adrenaline started pumping then. And I've always liked cars since I was young, but now I actually come in with a family orientated. Well, it is a family-run business, really. It's good to see that Simon, the championship owner, and his daughter are having fun, and even his son done it. So it feels good to have me, my dad, my mum here, and it felt even better at Donington when me and my mum were racing each other. So yeah, the longer we spend out there, the stronger it's going to be. But we can't do it without any of these sponsors, as in my dad with WD Recruitment. And just their support, my mum that's here, my girlfriend Leah, my sister, everyone that's here that's helped me, Paul Rivette and Keith, everyone, I can't thank them enough as well.
So taking the AM Trophy for race number 2, it is car number 71, Claire Avis. Well, you did not expect that, did you?
No, I was pretty shocked. I had to as I came around the corner, I was counting the cars and I was like, oh, hello, 6th place. So yes, I'm bettering my times all day. So yes, up into I literally got a 25 dead, I think, or 2:25 dead. So very pleased with myself.
Hello, Simon.
Hello.
Looking forward to starting at the front?
Nervous, but yeah, looking forward to it. I got a decent start in the last race, got into the first corner well, so yeah, then I've got to defend like hell, I imagine.
So there's been a few car shufflings around, as is sometimes the way in the Focus Cup. Does that put you off at all?
Well, I took this one out in the last race and it's running well, so I know that I've got the car underneath me. I know I've just got to drive it properly. So, yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The determination must be flowing in you to be starting at the front again.
Yeah, you could say that. With the bad luck that I had at the last corner on the last lap of the last race, I'm now fueled up to see if I can do a bit better. This is a new car, so I've got a lap to get used to it and then see what we can do.
Plenty of time then, so but you seem nice and relaxed and raring to go.
Oh yeah. The main thing is to have fun, and I have fun all the time. So if I can get on the podium, it just makes it's so sweet.
Jeffrey, how are you looking forward to starting on the second row?
Absolutely, yeah. Really looking forward to it. Yeah.
So we haven't seen you too many times in the series. How comfortable are you with these cars?
Oh, very comfortable. Yeah. Good cars. Good race cars too.
And looking forward to showing these young guns how it's done?
Yes, absolutely.
Geoffrey Bluff starting off row 2 alongside Callum Easton. Ahead of them, Simon Waugh and John Baker on the front row. Row 3, Richard Avis and Leah Mcgill. Then Simon Watts and Simon Rudd on row 4. Row 5, Simon Walton, Sean Reynolds, Claire Avis, Ian Mitchell and Abby Walton completing the grid for our third race of the weekend. Away we go. It is Waugh that leads them away in the Cartech machine. This time no dramas off the start line. Thank goodness for that. Abby Walton looking to chase everybody, but side by side at the front now in the 22 car we've got John Baker, and he's going to go for the run round the outside of Simon Waugh, which he does. Callum Easton challenging for second on the outside. That is a great move by Easton. Fair racing as well from the man on the inside as they go up into the hairpin for the first time. So it's John Baker in the safety devices car ahead of the Cartech machine. Watch out for Leah Mcgill, now trying to pass Callum Easton for third place. Simon Rudd is next up, then the 77, which is Richard Avis. 3 wide as they head down into Palmer. How's this going to sort themselves out? You'd probably put money on the inside cars. A little bit of contact there, which I think they're all going to survive. And out front, it's Simon Waugh who hangs on to the race lead. Sean Reynolds now in the 67 car. So a few new numbers to get used to as Mcgill goes on the inside. He's going to pass the 22. Oh, and contact on the back of Simon Watt's car. Now, was that Claire Avis? I think possibly, maybe under braking into Agostini. They've both carried on. And out front, it's still Simon Waugh in the lead. This is the view from Simon Rudd. So Simon at the back of the lead group chasing Callum Easton. This is Oggie's corner heading down towards Williams as we look across the venue here. Next corner is Williams. This brings them back onto the main straight. And it's Waugh out front at the moment. It's not Waugh, it's going to say it's Waugh. It was a little bit in the previous race. Simon Waugh out front, coming under pressure from Leah Mcgill. Amazingly at this stage, looking for his first race win of the weekend. And he's got the inside teed up here as Leah Mcgill. Side by side into Brundle, and Mcgill is through into lead position. Lovely move there, in car with John Baker. John on the back end of Waugh's car now. Then it's Callum Easton and Simon Rudd. Simon, the first driver other than Liam McGill to get a fastest lap this year, and I think his confidence is building as well. Not that it probably needs to, being the defending champion, but he might have been doing some soul searching with Liam McGill in the championship, grabbing those fastest laps and the championship lead. And I think we're going to have a very good run to the end of the championship on our hands, which is going to be superb to see as racing continues. Welcome back to Snetterton. Jonathan Baker having a look here at Simon Waugh. So it's along the straight. It's a classic move here. A little bit of slipstreaming, and then to the outside line to try and make the pass. Liam McGill is there, side by side for second. Callum Easton currently in fourth place, and Liam McGill will see his arch championship rival Simon Rudd 4 cars back. That's great news for him. Callum Easton looking at Simon Waugh, goes to the outside, back to the inside, which again is covered by Waugh, who just knocks into the 22 car. The safety devices machine going a little bit wide. John Baker, Callum Easton up the inside, which converts the outside for the next corner. Keeping a watching brief, a little bit of contact on the back end of Waugh from Callum Easton, who clatters again into the car on the outside. That's John Baker in the 22. It's all getting very physical out there. Easton runs wide, kicks up some dirt. That's going to allow Simon Rudd through up into fourth place. McGill still leading, and if he looks in the mirrors, he'll be pleased to be ahead of this group. Simon Rudd's going to have a look now at the safety devices car of John Baker. Drivers have to adapt to different cars. That's our first retirement of the race. That's a big shame. Simon Watts out of the race as the race leader continues to stretch his legs here through Williams onto the back straight. Still 62. Simon Waugh in second position now from John Baker, then Simon Rudd. Baker's going to have a look at the outside. This is the run down into Brundle and Nelson under the Snetterton Bridge. They will go. It's a good move. And diving through as well as Simon Rudd, but is caught by the front end of the 62 car and spins around. Rudd, any chances now, surely, of another win have gone. The hat-trick has disappeared for Simon Rudd. That is Claire Avis coming through in the 71 car. I think we've got a replay of what happened. So there was the bang. You heard that from inside the car. Don't hear any expletives. Fair play, Simon Rudd, just really focused on getting back into the race and trying to salvage as many points as he can from this race. Callum Easton races on, teeing up the inside here to make a pass, goes down, working hard is Callum Easton in the WDE Motorsport car, makes that stick past Simon Waugh. Very neat move. We've got 67, which was Mark Geraghty, now driven by Sean Reynolds. In this one, the ABS car, there is Reynolds flicking over from the treble 7. Simon Rudd, meanwhile, this is where he was earlier on in the meeting, isn't it? Trying to get past Ian Mitchell, which he does. So Simon Rudd trying to recover from that tap and spin that he saw. He won't be very happy about that for sure. But the car running well. As I said before, these are robust cars. It doesn't mean you can dish out the dirt, but if you do, it gives you the opportunity to start to try and come back, and that's exactly what the reigning champion is doing at the moment. Simon Waugh ahead of Richard Avis. So Richard is going to have a look on the inside run as they come down. We've seen passes on the outside into Brundle and Nelson, and he's going to have a go on the inside. Not quite close enough to do anything at the moment, but a speculative look by the Powerflex car. Sean Reynolds next up in 67. Then Simon Rudd hoping to come through. Ian Mitchell is down behind as well. So Simon Rudd rides the curbs a little bit. He's going to try and have a look at the inside of Sean Reynolds here as they go into core, and Reynolds drifts a little bit wide, gets it all back onto the curbs. Nice and tidy, good defensive line in the ABS car, chasing the Powerflex 77 of Richard Avis out of Murray's corner. Simon Waugh still in a good position ahead of them. Leah Mcgill still the race leader. Up across the line they go again. All line astern, all very close stuff, and Simon Rudd's recovery. I thought he was going to go to the outside here, but he's going to follow Reynolds through on the inside, makes the move past Richard Avis. Two cars getting past Richard Avis. Ian Mitchell will try and look to do the same. In car with Mitchell, trying to get past without clattering in. Very neat and tidy from Mitchell in the 81. Richard Avis not looking happy at the moment in terms of power, maybe a little bit down. Meanwhile, up front, ahead of this group, I should say, Simon Waugh still there, and now we've got Sean Reynolds passed by Simon Rudd. So Sean Reynolds is behind us, Simon Waugh immediately in front. This is a super recovery from Simon Rudd, who really has momentum, and he's not letting that misfortune get him down. He's teeing up the inside run here as they come out of Palmer, down into Agostini. You've got Callum Easton immediately in front of us now. Waugh on the outside of the Cartech line. Reynolds is going to go through, Mitchell's going to go through, very possibly Richard Avis might pop through as well. Remember, Avis fourth in the championship standings at the moment. He's maintained that this weekend. So Ian Mitchell working hard as well in the 81. Simon Rudd's got through this group. That was a meticulous picking off of cars by the number one. He's got a fair amount of work to do to try and close in on Callum Easton. Here's Richard Avis again. So Simon Waugh immediately in front. His brother Luke running in the Ginetta GT4 Super Cup this year once again with Race Car Consultants. Great to see him there. And Simon's still learning his racecraft effectively here in Focus Cup. Meanwhile, we saw Richard Avis. Here is Claire Avis. And on the back of the 77 car as they come down the straight. Good drive from Claire in race number 2. Enjoying her racing, and I think somewhat surprised, but shouldn't have been surprised to have had such a good result in that previous race. Rudd getting clear of the 67 car of Sean Reynolds. So in car with Richard Avis again. Simon Waugh immediately in front into Coram. If there's half a gap, you can pop up the inside, but it does convert to the outside of the final corner on the lap, which is Murray's. They're heading there now. Richard Avis in the Powerflex car chasing Simon Waugh. Might get a good run. Waugh ran a little bit wide. That would have scrubbed off a tiny bit of speed off the car. Richard Avis might have momentum to maybe get level and go for a pass before they get to the end of the straight. Across the line we go once again here at Snetterton. This three race format, very much akin to the British Touring Car Championship, isn't it? It's wonderful to behold, and the drivers getting in that format. What's better than the touring cars? Of course, these are all equal cars. Here's Claire Avis. And Richard on the inside. Claire is going to try and go on the outside. A wide move there, and losing ground is Simon Waugh in the Cartec car. Fires it all up again. A couple of places lost for Simon Waugh. Getting various warnings appearing on the timing screen about track limits here. So Claire Avis chasing Richard Avis at the moment, two ever presents in the championship. Claire had a retirement in round 1, but since then has been popping in some terrific results. Hasn't been out of the top 10 either at this round or Cadwell Park. And Claire makes the move, stick there on Richard, but he's going to fight back and try and repass on the inside as they head down into Hamilton Corner. A great battle between these two. Husband and wife racers, the swanflight.com car up against the Powerflex machine, and Claire, I think, gaining confidence round on round this year. Again, Rich Davis is going to go back. What a super race between the pair of them. Claire giving room. This is brilliant stuff. Wonderful racing between the pair. Dicing over 7th and 8th position as the race leader, Leah Mcgill, goes on to the last lap. So Mcgill in front. Simon Rudd has just set the fastest lap of the race, so potentially another 5 points for Simon Rudd. Here's Ian Mitchell having a look down the inside of Sean Reynolds. So Mitchell working his way through the field, but Leah Mcgill will come away, by the look of it, with a race win. He's enjoyed his racing this weekend from the interviews. And he's clear. He's around about 10 seconds clear of the field, give or take a second. And if we look back, you can see in 4th position again, as he wasn't 4th position at this point on the last race. He was, I think, up to 2nd by then, but going into the last lap of the penultimate race, he was in 4th position. But trying hard is Simon Rudd. Little look back, and Claire Avis still ahead of Richard. Good racing between the pair of them, and Claire is going to try the outside, but it's Richard Avis on the inside run that has that position at the moment. Here's Claire. Look at the focus on her eyes in the mirror. Absolutely focused on the racing. And this is a scrap for 3rd place now. Simon Rudd on his recovery has caught Callum Easton. Mcgill will exit from Murray's Corner to take the win. And remember, he's around about 9 or 10 seconds clear of the battlers behind. So it's going to be a first checker of the weekend for Simon Rudd. To the applause on the pit wall, it's Leah Mcgill that takes it. John Baker will cross the line in 2nd place, but we're hearing there might be a penalty for John Baker. We'll come back to that in a minute. And going across the line in 3rd was Simon Rudd. Callum Easton was behind him. Then Ian Mitchell and Sean Reynolds. So possibly a little bit of controversy here, but let's hear from John Baker before we go any further.
So John Baker coming home on the podium. What a way to see out the weekend. You've got to be happy with that.
I am over the moon with that. It's amazing. Obviously, racing a different car for the last race was a bit of a step into the unknown. I had 1 lap to get it, to feel it, and it seemed to come to me quite quickly. What could I say? It's my best result ever, and just in this season. So, what else is there to say? I'm over the moon. All my family here as well, so they're all chuffed. So I'm happy.
Well, the officials giving a penalty because John crowded a car off the edge of the circuit. So Liam McGill takes the win from Simon Rudd. A great recovery to 2nd from Callum Easton. John Baker in 4th from Ian Mitchell and Sean Reynolds. Then Richard Avis, Simon Waugh and Claire Avis next up from Jeff Bluff. Abby Walton 11th and Simon Walton in 12th.
Liam McGill, he's brought home the top honours this time. You got into the lead, and then it really was just good night for Yenna.
Yeah, I know I had to do a lot at the start, and it was kind of an electric first lap. Like, I think there was 3 of us coming into one of the corners here, and I was in the middle of it, and I was just closing my eyes, hoping that I could manage to get around okay. But I managed to just nip through and no more. I think the guys left a bit of room as well, which was good racing. And then I just had to catch. I think it was Waugh that was out in front. He was quite a bit up the road, and it was just lap after lap, taking a little bit out of him, and then just tried to build the lead after that. Yeah.
And that man, Liam McGill, continues to head the standings, 46 points clear of Simon Rudd, with Scott Parkin in 3rd, Simon Waugh 4th from Callum Easton, and John Baker in 6th. These are the celebratory shots here at Snetterton. We'll have more racing for you next time. That comes from Alton Park. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.